Hey guys, Dalek44 here. I need no introduction, but I got one anyway. Is anyone else besides me sick and tired of remakes and reimaginings and adaptations yet? And you all know which ones I'm talking about. Those shitty, badly made, badly written and badly acted remakes based on things that we all watched growing up or some point in our lives. So with a lot of these adaptations of remakes being complete shit compared to the originals, why do they still make them? I'll tell you why.
Money. 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 Shut up, Lickboot!
That's true, all those bad remakes and adaptations have been made purely for cash. They even get some actors to play the characters just because they're really popular and they think they'll make a quick buck out of it. Even the 2004 Thunderbirds live-action movie wasn't very good. Though, to be honest, the only good thing about it was Ben Kingsley as the Hood. Because, let's be honest, he's the only actor who looks the part and sounded the part and even acted the part. And it's pretty hard to find actors who look like the original characters. And I think the role of the Hood suited Ben Kingsley really well. Even though we do get loads of shit remakes and adaptations out there, that doesn't mean that we don't get good ones either. Yes, it's true, we also get some pretty good remakes in the world too, like Duck Dodgers based on the cartoon Duck Dodgers in the 24th century, the most recent Mickey Mouse cartoons that were made, and even the most recent CGI Thunderbirds series isn't all that bad. I mean, granted it's not as good as the original show, but it's nowhere near terrible. And it's nowhere near as bad as the movie either. Of course, there are stuff that are relating to the original show, like the theme song and Jeff Tracy's voice in the intro. And even though the Hood doesn't really have that hypnotic power he has anymore, he's still a brilliant master of disguise and master criminal. But in this show I kind of see him as more like a James Bond villain. Like always keeping secrets and always wearing disguises, and we don't even know what the hell his plans are. I mean, in the original show his plans were always to gain technical knowledge or even steal secrets from the Thunderbirds. But here, we don't know what the hell he's planning. And I don't even know if we're actually going to find out later on in the show. And as I mentioned before, we do get those bad remakes and adaptations based on things we've seen before, like the current Fireman Sam Show, Postman Pat's Special Delivery Service, and even Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. I mean, from some remakes and adaptations I can really think of, those are the ones that don't even try. And I know that Mickey Mouse Clubhouse is made for toddlers, but to me, Mickey Mouse was never a toddler cartoon character. He was a cartoon character that was made for all ages. Hell, I think back in the 30s he was originally intended for adults. And it would take years later to make him for all ages. And other remakes such as Charlie and the Chocolate Factory can't compete with anything like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Now don't get me wrong, I do love Johnny Depp. Hell, I think he's hilarious as Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean. But he's nowhere near as entertaining as Gene Wilder is as Willy Wonka. Even the most recent Thomas the Tank Engine CGI series isn't as good as the original model show. But compared to Series 8 to 16, the show today is okay. Even Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated that was most recently made is way better than Shaggy and Scooby-Doo Get a Clue. I mean seriously, that one just ruined the entire Scooby-Doo franchise. Even Doctor Who has updated its technology and changed a few things compared to the original show. Like from watching the classic Dalek episodes, you'd find it hard to believe that they weren't able to get upstairs back then as compared to now where they can get upstairs. And in the original Doctor Who, the Master started off as a bloke, and most recently he became a woman named Missy, played by Michelle Gomez, who as I mentioned is friggin' hilarious as the character. Even films based on famous comic books like DC and Marvel can either be good or bad. But in my opinion, the best ones so far are the Dark Knight trilogy. I mean, those films are just awesome. And not just because of Heath Ledger as the Joker, but it's also because of the other actors, great writing, great music composed by Hans Zimmer, and great effects as well. Even the Lego Movie was a great film, as I mentioned in my review of the Lego Movie. And last year, pretty much everyone was pissed off that it wasn't nominated for an Oscar. Even I think it should have been given an Oscar, since everyone who worked on it tried their damnedest to make a good film, and succeeded. Most reasons why remakes are done based off of other things is because they were really popular back in the day and they know it's going to make some cash. And with the good ones, you get a bunch of people who knew about the original creation and tried their hardest to represent it in the best way they can. And then we get those writers and directors who never really heard of the original and just want to make a quick buck out of it. And yeah, remakes and adaptations of things that we've seen as kids will be new to kids of today's generation. And then big shock, they find out that it's been going on for years and want to see those things. Which is actually a good thing, really, because they can see what the original was like compared to how the remake is. Even if something they're remaking was originally made for kids and they're remaking it for kids again, that doesn't mean that they have the right not to try. If you're going to remake something, the least you could do is put some effort into it. And research the original material as well. That would help. So for all those really bad remakes out there, we're still going to get some good ones as well. But if you see a remake and find out that it's going to be bad, then I'd suggest stay far away from it as possible and only focus on the good remakes. And for the love of God, do not watch the upcoming CGI Bob the Builder show. You will be disappointed. And we all know why that one's being made.
Money. Shut up, leg food.
I'm Dalek44, and I'll see you next time, folks.